It was one of the worst ski lift accidents in U.S. history. The day two gondola cars jumped the line and plunged into the mountainside of Vail. 4 people died. 8 others suffered some serious injuries.
That accident 50 years ago this week was national news, and then it slowly faded from view into a shroud of silence. Investigative reporter Kevin Vaughn and photojournalist Tom Cole set out to tell the story through the eyes of 3 men who survived. Here's part 1 of their series, After the Fall.
So you guys are going to have to speak a little louder for me.
Okay. Fair. Totally fair, I get it.
Perfect.
They're lifelong friends with one story.
This one.
Yeah.
Mike, get up.
The car started swinging wildly.
A story they've never really talked about.
Why don't they shut it down? Shut it down.
Not with each other.
Silence. Falling motion. Boom.
Not with anyone.
This is hard.
Until now. "50 years ago, an inexplicable accident took 4 lives. An accident they were lucky to survive. Wayland, Massachusetts sits 15 miles west of Boston. It's where 4 young men grew up, became friends, and learned to ski. And after high school, they all headed west. Greg Dietrich and Skip Coniera shared an apartment in Avon, 10 minutes west of Vail. Jack Manley rented a mobile home a couple hundred feet away. Waiting tables and working construction, they hit the slopes any day they could. Steve Mioli, a freshman at Colorado State, joined them the last week of March 1976, spring break. On that Friday, the 4 friends headed to Vail.
It was just a beautiful day, just a sunny, beautiful day.
Weather was gorgeous.
Temperatures in the 20s, fresh powder on the slopes.
It was just going to be, great skiing. So all were very excited.
In line for Gondola 2, the Lionshead, and the day's first run, Jack Manley tested a leg aching from a recent fall.
Trying to put pressure on my leg to see if I was able to go that day. And I felt pretty good. I said, I think I can go.
Just after 9 a.m., the 4 friends from Wayland climbed into a red gondola car, number 25. 2 New Yorkers, Ari Potashner and Arnold Kortz, joined them.
Off and up the mountain.
They were more than halfway to the terminal at Eagle's Nest when everything changed.
All of a sudden it was all bumpy, jarring around.
This doesn't feel right.
I think the first thought that I had was this shouldn't be happening.
Keeping the gondola aloft was a heavily braided wire a little more than 1.5 inches thick, the track cable.
After we went over that real bumpy part,
A cable unraveling.
and I could see a big strand of the cable hanging down.
That didn't stop the gondola.
But the car wasn't running right, and it wasn't hanging right. It was kind of cattywampus now.
The riders had no idea 2 of the car's 4 wheels had jumped off that frayed track cable, or that riders stepping off the gondola at the top reported strange noises and unsettling vibrations. Still running rough, the red car approached Tower 5.
When we were going in there, we weren't sure if we were going to make it through the next one.
We just slammed into the tower.
When we hit that, it was just terrifying.
The crashes blew out the car's windows.
We were just stuck there for a few seconds, and then we would slip back, and then we'd slam into the tower again.
Every car that rode over that damaged cable was in trouble.
And we're all going, why don't they shut it down? Shut it down.
Car 25 broke free.
I was freaking out. And then silence.
And then all of a sudden we're falling.
What happened next took less than 3 seconds. The car plunged 12 stories, crashing to the ground at 61 miles an hour.
Boom.
The riders collapsed into a heap of broken backs and broken legs, cracked ribs, a fractured jaw, internal injuries. Dietrich, unable to get a breath, crawled out into the snow, gasping for air.
And I finally started where I could take short little breaths. It's like, okay, I think I'm gonna be okay. And I'm looking up and I see the yellow car falling. And there was a lot of snow on top of the cables in the car, and snow is falling everywhere. And it's like, they're all falling. I thought they were all falling.
Two other friends headed to Vail that morning with Greg, Jack, Skip, and Steve. They split up at the base. They had to go to a locker to get their skis, and they made plans to join the other four later that morning up on the mountain. That moment may have saved their lives because they never got on the gondola. In the studio, Kevin Vaughn, 9 News.
Kevin's series After the Fall continues tomorrow night on 9 News at 9 and 10.